We want to send this one out to all the Chicago communities, ceasefire organizations. Just want to put the real out there for all the hoods, everywhere. Come on.
Put up the guns and get a job to get. They don't want that. Education, live and play where they play. They don't want that. Get in the government and say what they say. They don't want that. They don't want that. No, they don't want that. Put up the guns and get a job to get. They don't want that. Education, live and play where they play. They don't want that. Get in the government and say what they say. They don't want that. They don't want that. No, they don't.
Hey, black man, this to the black youth community. Shit change society, trying to ruin you and me. Eulogies, we breed corrupting the little seeds. Show them to use a gun, pass them a little weed. Fuck with no protection, you got a fatal infection. Hit it and didn't get it, so now you counting your blessings and go and do it again. The struggle will never end. We quarantine with fiends, America dirty schemes, but never give up the dream. Homeland security, just another excuse for reading between the lines and you see the ugly truth. Cops got the block under lock and key. Nigga take a piss and scratch his nut, somebody watching me, stopping me, harassing, asking was I one of the killers or do I know the assassin? I never tell on a nigga, cause we can do it alone. Ceasefire, reach higher, and teach prior offenders, defeat odds with the inner strength. God's the answer. Got people screaming Skope instead of freeze, nigga, throw your hands up. Situation serious as cancer. They scanned us, propaganda, slander. Pop a man the camera, take shots, make plots to block and ban. What's the answer?
They don't want that. Put up the guns and get a job to get paid. Get an education, live and play where they play. They don't want that. Get in the government and say what they say. Put up the guns and get a job to get paid. Get an education, live and play where they play. Get in the government and say what they say. I know.
This for the socially conscious. Vocally, I'm bionic. Nothing's ironic, honest. I move with accomplice. Murder phonics to accomplish. Plush Berber carpets. Target the market. I be marching in darkness. They trying to harvest my carcass. This game is heartless as Martian marksmen. Sharks arc the streets, no peace. Police beat the weak like beasts. Grown men rock sheets. Hypocrisy, anarchy. Marcus Garvey's part of me. Lee Harvey's not sorry. Life scarred me young. High strung, starry-eyed, striving, starving artists. I cry inside, try and fight, ride or die on tranquilized puppets in public. They're rubbish, they discussing, but I'm never reluctant to bust sled, get ahead of it. What if justice was served, then you got what you deserve. They get disturbed when they see us whipping plush shit in the birds. Word life, open your third eye to get a bird's eye view of the truth. Turn on the searchlight, produce the proof. Who was the first on earth? Teach the youth. Loosen the noose of oppression. We refreshing the brains with new recruits, asking questions, choosing wisely who we salute. The loot.
Put up the guns and get a job to get paid. They don't want that. Education, live and play where they play. They don't want that. In the government and say what they say. They don't want that. They don't want that. No, they don't want that. Put up the guns and get a job to get paid. They don't want that. Education, live and play where they play. They don't want that. Get in the government and say what they say. They don't want that. They don't want that. No, they don't want that. Want that. Want that. Want that.